This is a follow-up guide on my last video on the train. I will be covering a range of train related topics, from the unlimited Recon glitch feature thingy, as well as positioning and tips to utilise the train and so to get early loadouts and maybe a few early kills too. Now first we need to look at the train route. This is the basic crappy sketch that I've done that shows the train route on the map. The blue lines show where the train goes through a tunnel. The route is the same every time though. Sometimes every now and then the train does not spawn as an icon on the map. This is a glitch that only affects the UI. The train is still there, it's just you have no clue where it is. It can be a good advantage if you find it though, because people are less likely to land on it. I've also highlighted the most risky and least risky areas on the train route. Green is low risk, brownish orange is medium risk, and red is high risk. The most risky area is the part of the track between downtown and the hospital. This is because there are many buildings for people to snipe you, and it is very easy to get caught in a crossfire by two different teams, especially in quads and trios where there's more players shooting at you. Landing the area near Boneyard is similar. The area around airport is usually safe, but because it's so open it's always a bit risky. Generally the further away the train is from buildings the better. This is something you need to keep in mind if you're doing recon contracts on the train. If you're getting off the train soon after, it is less of a problem to keep in mind, but something you should still consider. This is useful when deciding to get off the train, and also if you want to even land on it in the first place. I have also marked the areas where players are most likely to land as they jump off the plane. This is oversimplified, but generally the further away you get from the plane, the less people there are in the early game. In my last video I mentioned the recon contract. For those of you who do not know about it, one of the carriages has a recon contract which respawns every 30 seconds or so indefinitely once you've completed it. The recon area spawns in 3 different places, either the second carriage or the middle of the last carriage or the last section of the last carriage. Apparently it is a glitch, so it might be changed, though I don't think it will be. It seems to be a feature that's going to stay around until the map's destroyed. Now I still believe that the second carriage is the most important carriage, and there are 2 big reasons for this. First of all, there is more cover. Secondly, there is also more flexibility on the second carriage. As you see, there is cover that allows you to stay out of the line of sight from both sides of the train, unlike in say the third carriage or the recon carriage or the locomotive. This means you will hopefully not be destroyed by some frenzied sweaty boy from the other side of the map. The flexibility is there for 2 reasons. The first is that you are able to jump off and loot people and get back on the train with lots of time to spare. I've had teammates even loot houses and come back on the train in time. The second reason is you project power down the train by your mere presence, as you are able to jump off the train and engage the enemy as their carriage rolls towards you. As there are 2 sides to jump off, as well as the high ground on the top of the recon carriage, there are 3 strong angles the enemy has to defend from if they are on the last carriage or on the recon carriage. This means you have an amazing positional advantage, and there is no sound or visual cue, so they have no idea when you are coming. Basically, staying on the front of the train, and you will have a higher chance of winning. Dropping on the train in any game mode, especially solos, is very risky, but it has one major benefit. If you're able to survive the train, then you are likely to get 10k for your loadout in the first 1 to 2 minutes, even in solos. If that does not happen, you will have unlimited recon contracts to push you past that 10k mark. When using a buy station, always go for the ones that have the fewest buildings, as it would be really annoying to get sniped trying to get your loadout. That's happened to me a few times actually, especially on downtown. If you are in squads, then camping on the train is a good option if you wish to sell your soul, of course. I did that once with the squad, and we knew where the zone was going to be and sat up in the only building inside the circle. We won the game quite easily. It wasn't really a good context, to be honest. If you want to be a more aggressive player though, trains are a great stepping stone for high kill games. I will now just give a few general tips. In duos and solos, people like to land back on the train after their gulag, so for the first few minutes keep an eye out for that announcement that someone is landing close by. If you are on the train and you shoot someone who is on the ground, you need to lead your shots the opposite way in which the train is travelling. This is because the velocity of the train affects where your bullets will land, so you've got to lead those shots. Also, generally because of this, if you are being shot by someone on the ground, find a good place to stay in cover. It's not worth shooting back, as they have the advantage and are able to rotate their position quickly while your positioning area is limited. because we're on the train. Also, the velocity thingy means that in a straight up angel, the person on the ground has one less factor to worry about, so they are likely to win much more easily. If you do not want to push someone who's further down the train, wait until the track bends in a certain way. I'll show this on screen now, and you'll be able to get a few shots in on the enemy, while they have only a small window to shoot back at you. As you see, train is a pretty tricky area of the map with great rewards and fun, diverse, as well as unique gameplay. If there are any topics you wish me to go over, tell me in the comments. Subscribe for more Warzone guides.
Goodbye.